I fell in love with someone. I just don't think it was you. You said one thing about your mother, and I built a whole childhood from it. You mentioned a book you loved, and I decided who you were based on a sentence, a half smile, the way you held your cup. I had so little information, and somehow that was the appeal. Less of you meant more room for the version I was building in real time, without you knowing. I built you out of almost nothing, a few words, a few looks, a few maybes. I gave you depth you never showed me. I gave you kindness I assumed. The version of you I created was patient, was certain, was mine. The real you never had to try that hard, because I was doing all the work. Months later I saw the real you, tired, distracted, checking your phone while I was talking. And something in me wanted to defend you to the disappointment, like, that's not him, give him a chance, he's better than this. He's better in my head. I caught myself doing it again, editing you in real time, forgiving things I hadn't even processed yet, because the version in my head doesn't do those things. I built you out of almost nothing, a few words, a few looks, a few maybes. I gave you depth you never showed me. I gave you kindness I assumed. The version of you I created was patient, was certain, was mine. The real you never had to try that hard, because I was doing all the work. I was doing all the work. Plot twist, emotional, a revelation. Here's the part that breaks me open. I'm not grieving you, I'm grieving him, the one I made, the one who never disappointed me, because he never existed. I fell in love with my own imagination and called it falling for you. That's not heartbreak, that's a eulogy for someone I invented. I built you out of almost nothing, and when nothing wasn't enough, I filled in the rest myself. I made you the hero of a story you didn't know you were in. The version of you I created is the one I have to bury now. Not you, him, the one who was never real, the one I miss the most. I don't miss you, I miss the man I made up, and I think I always will.
You were perfect right up until you became real. The first night you said something funny and I laughed for way longer than the joke deserved. Not because it was that good, but because I'd already decided you were going to be the one who said things like that forever. I wrote the whole script that night, cast you as the lead, gave you lines you never said, gave you a personality built entirely out of hope. You were better in my head, funnier, kinder, more interested. You remembered things you never said, you wanted things you never wanted. You were better in my head, and that was never fair to you. I fell for a character and got mad when the actor didn't know their lines. I spent weeks disappointed in someone who never promised me anything. You were just a person living your life while I was somewhere else entirely, writing a relationship you didn't know we were having. I think I do this every time, fall for the trailer and resent the movie, fall for the potential and punish the person for not being potential forever. You were better in my head, funnier, kinder, more interested. You remembered things you never said, you wanted things you never wanted. You were better in my head, and that was never fair to you. I fell for a character and got mad when the actor didn't know their lines. Plot twist, emotional, a revelation. But here's what nobody tells you about the version in your head. It's not actually better, it's just easier. It never gets tired, never has a bad day, never needs anything from you, because it's not real. I didn't fall for someone better, I fell for someone who couldn't disappoint me, because I never gave them the chance to show up. That's not love, that's a rehearsal for a relationship I was too scared to have. Final page in. You were better in my head, because my head doesn't ask for anything real. You were better in my head, because that's where I keep myself safe too. You were better in my head, but you were everywhere else. And maybe next time I'll fall for the person standing in front of me. You were never the problem, I just fell in love with a draft. And never let you become the final version
I don't miss you. I miss the man I made up. And I think I always will. He never said yes. He never said no. And I built a whole future out of the silence in between. You said maybe to dinner, maybe to next weekend, maybe when I asked if this was something, and I held on to that word like it was a promise, because it sounded like one if I tilted my head just right. Maybe became my favorite word. I'd replay it in different tones, find the version where it meant yes, find the version where you meant me. I became fluent in a language you were never speaking. I fell in love with a maybe, with a door that was neither open nor closed. I fell in love with the possibility and mistook it for something owed. Maybe isn't a feeling, maybe it's just a word, but I gave it a heartbeat, I gave it everything I had. Months of maybes, and I never asked for more, because asking might turn maybe into something I couldn't survive, a real no. So I protected the maybe, kept it alive, fed it my time, my hope, my Tuesday nights. I think I knew somewhere underneath it, maybe was never gonna become anything. Maybe was the whole relationship, maybe was as close as we'd get to something real. I fell in love with the maybe, with the door that was neither open nor closed. I fell in love with the possibility and mistook it for something owed. Maybe isn't the feeling, maybe it's just a word, but I gave it a heartbeat, I gave it everything I had. Here's the thing about maybe, it never breaks up with you. It never says it's over, it just quietly stops being said. One day there's no more maybe, just silence where the word used to be. And I realized I wasn't grieving a relationship, I was grieving a word. I was grieving the sound of my own hope, finally running out of places to hide. I fell in love with a maybe, and maybes don't love you back. I gave my whole heart to a word that was never built to hold that much. I fell in love with a maybe. Next time I want a yes or I want to know, but I never want maybe again. You never lied to me. You just never finished the sentence. And I spent 2 years writing the ending myself.
I spent so long mourning the person you never were. I never got to know the person you actually were. That's the real loss. I have a photo of you laughing. It's something I don't remember, and for years I looked at it and saw someone who loved me completely. I never asked what you were actually laughing at. I was too busy deciding what it meant. I built a whole person out of photographs and silences, out of things you didn't say and things I needed you to mean. And I called that person you for longer than I knew you. I'm finally letting go of the person you never were. Not you, the idea of you, the one I needed more. The real you gets to leave now without carrying someone else's weight. I'm finally letting go of a person who never had to live up to anything, because they were never alive at all. It took me years to separate the two of you, the real one, flawed, distracted, human, and the one I made perfect, attentive, eternal. I kept blaming you for not being him when he was never yours to be. And now when I think of you, I try to remember the real moments, the ones that actually happened, not the ones I added later. It's a smaller story, but it's the only true one. I'm finally letting go of the person you never were. Not you, the idea of you, the one I needed more. The real you gets to leave now without carrying someone else's weight. I'm finally letting go of a person who never had to live up to anything, because they were never alive at all. And here's what I didn't expect. Letting go of the person you never were means I get to remember you as the person you actually were. Imperfect, sometimes distracted, funny in your own specific way, real. And that version, the real one, I can keep without it hurting, because that one was never a wound. That one was just someone I knew once, and that's allowed to be enough. I'm finally letting go of everyone I made you be. The hero, the villain, the ghost, the one who was perfect for me. I'm keeping just you, small, human, real, enough. I'm finally letting go of who you never were, so I can remember who you actually were. I didn't fall out of love with you. I fell out of love with someone who never existed, and underneath them I found you, small, human enough, and finally free.